Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow grass stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, September 22nd. It is Monday. The end.
I didn't have a bad Monday. I just had a bad day at work.
I'm pretty much over everything right now.
That too.
I'm over it all. It's literally all I have for an intro because I'm over it all.
Well, we had good stuff happen on Friday.
Friday we went to the steam engine show. That was fun. Or the steam engine flea market, really, is what it was. Next year we're just not going to pay to get in. We're going to sit in the parking lot and watch the engines because that was...
The engine, you can go up to the engines. They weren't cordoned off.
I know.
You had to pay to go to the flea market.
There was other stuff on the grounds, and I think there were other tractors. We just didn't see them. The big show is the steam engines that they do in the parking lot that you don't have to pay to access to. Anyways. And Saturday we went to stitching with EJ. Other than that...
I learned about a new thing that I want to look into. It's called stump work?
Stump work.
Yeah, somebody described stunt work, and then I got the smart idea of, well, if I do that, I can actually combine that with some stuff I know from watching too many cosplayers. Like, I can actually make a little suit of armor on a piece of fabric.
Yep. Excuse me. So. Yeah. Okay. Why don't we shout out our commenters?
Bridget, Teresa, and Deborah.
Thank you so much for commenting. We appreciate the views. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate the views even if you don't comment.
Yep.
Why don't you go into whips? Because you actually have whip.
Yeah, we went to EJ. It's Carolyn Manning Designs Ruby. The project that sent the coordinator for our needlework show down a rabbit hole. She looked up Carolyn Manning Designs, and she's getting more than one thing from last time I checked. And I just got... I also think I did something down here, too. I can't quite remember. But...
Very good.
And question for the comment section of the day. Has anybody ever shown you or you've seen a particular designer's work for the first time? You go look up their stuff, and the next thing you know, you're sitting there going, I can't buy all of this stuff in the cart. I don't make that much money.
They're watching Flosstube. I'm sure the answer is yes.
I'm looking for engagement.
Okay.
And tell the story.
Tell us who. Maybe we don't know who it is.
Yeah, share the rabbit holes.
Yes. Alright, so. I don't remember what last week was. I started the week starting my new Star Touch Meadow Sal block, the March Daffodil block. I got 300 stitches exactly. I couldn't do that again if I tried. I'm not entirely sure how I accomplished that in the first place. This is on 16 count white Ada, and it is 16 count because I found the pile that had the pieces cut and it was labeled 16 count. I had 3 pieces cut, so I will be starting the next 3 blocks and go from there.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, that's sometimes how we pick out stuff at the grocery store. One of the others like, which one do we want to pick? That one fell over. Volunteer? Let's go.
Basically. Alright. I have no idea. I don't remember what last week's theme was. I didn't write it down. I'm not going to go look it up. We've got stuff to do anyways. I worked on Sunflower Fairy by Nora Corbett for 2 prompts. This is available from Hirschner's well, I bought it from Hirschner's. I'm 99.9% sure it is still available from Hirschner's. It's a PDF. It uses Valdani floss. I converted it, well, I found a conversion for it to Weeks Dye Works. So that's what I'm doing it in. And I did this for something that has an elbow and something that is cool. Because fairies got elbows and fairies got cool. Fairies are cool. So I did 423 stitches. This is on. This is one of the this is one of the 32s that I dyed during our natural dyeing day, and I don't remember what I used to dye this. Finished her skirt and her legs, and started the stem that'll come down around this way. Yay! Yay. And then the double project. It's gonna look great when it's done. It's gonna look great when it's done. If it and I survive getting it done, might be another thing.
It's okay.
I took out Quaker Ball by Textured Treasure. This, I believe she has this available now on her website. Was originally an EGA, was going to be an EGA regional seminar class. They canceled it way far out in advance, telling her apparently there wasn't enough interest in it, but it was over a year out before the class that they canceled. I don't know. I'm not going to lie. We had a large discussion on Saturday about EGA logic and how sometimes it just doesn't happen. I started filling in the first octagon. This is on, I think this is 28 even weave. I started the first octagon. And that's where I got. This is 211 stitches. Now, when you do when you are not making a full cross, when you're doing specialty stitches, you take each leg, you count each leg and divide it by 2. So this equals 211 stitches. I cannot tell you how many times this green got put in and got taken out because it's a pearl cotton, and therefore it pushes and it causes the threads to close up holes, and you miss holes if you're not paying enough attention. And cuss words.
Hey, honey.
What?
If you got through Nativity.
I know.
Here you go.
It was a little bit of a challenge. Some of the stitches on here are very easy, breeze through them. Some of them are a little bit of a challenge. Putting the beads on was actually quite easy. The beads were actually pretty easy. But that 10 stitch, because it's 10 stitch, with that pearl cotton, buddy. The 10 stitch with the sulky wasn't that bad. The 10 stitch with the pearl cotton, oh buddy. It looks
so
really
what you're
cool.
saying is use the silk?
Sulky.
Sulky. I don't know the difference.
It's a brand.
Okay.
No, the pearl cotton gives it a different texture than the sulky, which is what it's going for.
Okay.
So after fighting that, I took out the stocking I am making for my cousin's wife. Oh, yeah, I told you how many stitches I did on that. I took out the stocking I'm making for my cousin's wife and worked on that. I got 3 prompts done on that. And yes, there's a fly sitting in my start picture. I realized that yesterday. No. Saturday when I was posting it somewhere, and I'm like, really? There's a fly sitting in my start picture. Okay. Lovely. This is on a piece of 28 count white. Even weave. I did this tree and the snowy flakes here. This tree, and then I started this tree. And I did 1,017 stitches. So I got three monthlies done. I have 2 left. I have my discount pass left, so I technically only need to do 400 stitches to finish up the monthly.
Yeah, I didn't want that being put away with that like that, because I was afraid it might damage the...
When I slid the needle minder over, it slid the floss behind some stitching, and
Yeah, I just saw bad things.
That's been my stitching for the week. I gotta go get something off the dining room, or out of the living room. Hold, please. Okay, I have haul. I found my bag from MNG with my stuff, and I went shopping this week. I'll tell you about that in a minute. We'll start with, a friend of mine bought these crochet hooks, and you probably see them, if you are a crocheter, you see them.
Here.
You see them advertised on social media.
I was trying to angle it so they could see the words. Because directly on it just wasn't working.
She had gotten these, and she doesn't like them. She doesn't like using them, so she kind of wanted to. Anyways, they're O-P-H-I-R-E Co. She had an I and a J. She doesn't like the way the end is. She likes a more rounded tip. I like a pointy tip. Yes, we laughed at the childishness of it. But so I bought them off of her to give them a go, because I do like crochet hooks that are like this on the end, so we'll see. And I've seen these advertised and I wanted to try them, but they are a little pricey. Well, the sets are pricey. Okay, let me rephrase that. The sets are pricey. So, and then my MNG haul. I got this cute little wool felt kit that makes little tea biscuits. How adorable is that? Little tea biscuits and little tea cakes and little tea bags. There are some instructions with it. I just need to read the instructions and do it. It is all there. I just gotta figure out what I'm doing and do it. How adorable. Those will look super cute done up and put with my teacup collection. And then this was, I don't know where this came from. Somebody put this on the table. It is a counted thread 17th century English style sampler. It was clearly a class of some sort, because it says teacher Ilza Arthur? I believe that's how you pronounce it. And then there's a lot of it done. There's a lot of it done. I have to look and see what's left to finish, because I don't think there's much of it left to actually finish.
There's this spot here and that spot there.
Yeah, you have to finish off this. This flower's got to finish, and then there's a band down here to finish.
And then there's
there's a little bit left in there.
I don't see that band right there and there aren't in this pattern.
They are. You just can't see them in the picture.
Oh.
White work. That's white work for you. So I don't really...
Somebody dropped it.
Yeah. So we're gonna see what, and it's got the threads in it. It's got the threads in it. Again, we're gonna go through this and see what we've got and figure it out. Okay. story time. So, back in the spring, y'all know we went down to the greenhouses in Richland County and got some really lovely plants. And Mom and I decided we were going to go down there for the fall for mums. Well, I wanted to go down there for the fall for mums. Mom was like, yeah, sure, I'll go and buy some more mums because she had already bought mums. Okay, great. So on Tuesday, while awaiting word on my car, we went down there, and I don't want to cut it. We went down there, we've got mums. That was a very quick trip. The place we went to get mums had 20 different colors of mums in their 10-inch pots. 20 colors. And they had 10-inch pots for $3 for $19.99, and their 6.5-inch pots were $2 for $7. So I bought 3 10-inch pots and I bought 4 6.5-inch pots. I have mums for the fall. Yay! I also wanted to go to this place down there called Country Fabrics. And let me tell you something. I should have done a little bit of research before we went down there. I realized that morning that it was their annual tent sale, which is kind of like their annual clearance sale. And I thought, oh, well, you know, this will be kind of cool. I was not prepared. I didn't even get inside the building. I was completely overwhelmed by what was in the tent and the number of people, the amount of people that were in the tent. So I did my shopping in the tent. I didn't even get in the building and said, I'm done. I need to go. So I need to go down there again on a day when there's not a big giant sale and look in the actual building and see what they have, because it's a very sizable building and it's a very nice building and they've got lots of really cool stuff. I was so overwhelmed. We wonder why I'm getting tested for neurodivergence. But the very nice lady that stood in line with me for the 10 minutes we were in line, maybe 15, and I were chatting, and she asked what I was going to do with all of my fabrics. And I said, well, I'm going to use them for finishing cross-stitch projects or making bags for cross-stitch projects. This one's definitely a bag fabric. It's got barns on it. Red buttons. This is probably... receipt. This I may make a bag out of it, but it's definitely going to be FFOing fabric. It's sunflowers. This is probably going to be a bag. Might use it for some FFOing, since I really only make one bag out of a yard of fabric anymore because I only make bags for myself. This is flannel that I'm going to use to make kitchen towels. This, I bought enough of it to make several bags out of. And FFO stuff. I just had to have that fabric. And then this is probably going to be FFOing fabric. And then I bought this, it's Pile of Fabrics. It basically, let's see, that. So there's 2 different prints. Most of the prints are this front one on various colors. I need to go back and be able to digest what I'm looking at down there.
Would you like me to go with you?
If you would like, we can go on a Saturday.
Well, I was going to say I could be your emotional support human.
Mom was actually really funny. Mom was like, well, do you want to go back in the building? And I'm like, no, because I'm really overwhelmed right now. She goes, well, I can go with... No, I'm just overwhelmed. And I was also getting kind of hot. And I was just done. I needed to be done. What?
You're always hot.
Thank you. We also went to this Planktown Market. It's like this big store down there. Their claim to fame is they have 100 different types of deli meat and 100 different types of deli cheese. Now, that's not 100 different types of cheese. They have 100 deli meats and 100 deli cheeses. That's not types. That's brand included. Now, they have a lot of types. They have a lot.
I want to go there.
It was kind of interesting to see. They have a cute little cafe. What?
Oh, okay. I really like deli meat.
Well, we can go, if we decide to haul down there on a Saturday, we can go in there and look around. Was it some... If I go down to... It was like 5 minutes from... I think it was like 5 or 10 minutes from the fabric store. And it was kind of like on the way back towards home from the fabric store. So it's one of those, if I go to the fabric store, it's worth stopping into because there's some cute stuff. There's a little cafe you can get lunch in. There was some good stuff. It wasn't anything I couldn't get at the Ashery. But I did get a couple things to fill in some holes in what I have. Because I'm really trying to hold off going to the Ashery until November for the calendar giveaway. Because October is right. We are closing in on October. So I'm trying to stretch it another month. I don't know if I'll be able to. I think I'll be able to. Okay. I should be able to. Alright, let's get... And I realize I'm moving kind of fast today, but we have somewhere to be at 7 o'clock, and it's already 6 o'clock, and I have to finish putting dinner away and get myself ready. We did that one, and we did that one. Alright. Plans.
I think if my brain cooperates, I want to actually, who am I kidding? I got a plan to replace steps. I'm not going to time to do anything.
Well, steps may be dependent on the cost of the wasp removal.
No. Also, I need to find out. I have a bunch of printed out patterns. I have. They're in somewhere safe. They're either in the chest or over here. I'm actually beginning to think I was wrong, and that they're actually in the chest over there. Which you were right. Whoops. Because I want to find a small to do. Because I spent 3 hours cross stitching and felt like I got nothing done on Ruby.
Okay, but we were also chit chatting a lot.
I just need something that's only about 1,000 stitches.
We were very chatty on Saturday.
Okay, I got asked by somebody if I could do... The lady for EGA who does classes asked me 5 different times if there was something I wanted to teach. I'm like, I'm not even a member! She's like, we don't care!
Doesn't matter. Don't have to be a member.
I actually came up with an idea, actually, recently. I found a way of combining cross-stitch and Gunpla. I'm weird.
Alright. Well, we'll see how it...
But I do want to find a small so that way I can feel like I accomplished something. Because doing that Zelda thing did help me a lot because it was so small.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what's we doing with this craziness?
Alright, so, plans. It is... So, Game of Thrones... Not a Game of Thrones fan. Never had a desire to watch a Game of Thrones episode. The only reason I had desire to watch any... The only reason I possess any desire to watch any of the House of Dragon is because Matt Smith's in it. Not enough good enough reason because I know what happens. I'm pretty sure I know what happens to his character in the end. Because that's apparently the Game of Thrones thing is they all end up dead. I'm willing to bet his character ends up dead.
People die in Game of Thrones like people were Cylons back during Battlestar Galactica.
It's true. I'm not a Game of Thrones fan, so this week doesn't really thrill me. Okay, but we will go through the prompts and see if we can come up with something that matches the prompts. Prompt number 1 is stitch on a whip of choice, and if you can, tell us which character said one of these one-liners. If you haven't seen the show, tell us your own one-liner. I can't tell you my one-liner on Flosstube.
I got a really funny one if you want to cheese off whoever did it.
What?
I don't get the hype.
That's funny.
I mean...
that's a whip of choice.
Okay, next.
Well, hold it. Stitch on a whip you've transformed in some way.
I have a stupid question.
What?
Isn't that the very definition of cross stitch to begin with? You're
Well,
transforming fabric and floss into a thing.
I assume we could mean change colors.
Okay, which one of these did you say, screw it, I'm not spending $4 million, I'm using the alternative floss?
Greyhound Year, I said, screw it, I'm not doing those 30 some.
Got it, Greyhound Year.
But that's my monthly for next month. Let's see, hold on. Midnight Sale, I definitely have changed flosses and beads out. Rather than using metallics on the moon, I'm using Altoile.
That works.
Alright, that works. I was going to say, I could come up with a couple other ones in here. But Midnight Sale.
I like Midnight Sale. Thank you for stitching it for me. I tried to stitch it, it didn't work.
Stitch on a whip of choice and tell us your favorite location in the world. So we can come back to that. Stitch on a whip for which you invented your own name and tell us the name. Midnight Sail we call Pirate Ship.
Bingo, there we go.
I call it Pirate Ship because for the longest time I didn't know it was called Midnight Sail. Or the moon. Or the moon, because the moon is such a prominent feature.
So I accidentally picked the perfect one for the first one.
Yes.
Okay.
And then 5 is stitch on your most expensive whip.
No.
No, thank you. Most expensive whip is tied somewhere between Dressmaker's Daughter and Quaker Ball. I'm not entirely sure which one's more expensive. I'm not entirely sure I want to know.
But you've already stitched on both of those.
I've stitched on both of them recently, Quaker Ball being the most recent, having given me fits. So, we will pass that one.
What was the prompt for 3? What did it ask?
It was a whip of choice and tell us your favorite location in the world.
Would you like to know what my favorite location is in the world?
What?
My chair. I don't care if it's not a very original answer. I don't care if it's a weird answer. I don't care if it's a answer. I am happiest when I'm just sitting in my chair.
Right now, my favorite location in the world is my bed because I'm ridiculously tired. We did blood work at the doctor's last week. My vitamin D level is 12.4.
And it should be in the
20s.
Yeah. Okay, well, do you want to do Midnight Sale for all 4 prompts?
We'll see.
Or do you want me to find something else for you to do?
Let's see, it's a 300 stitch count week. Honestly, I still have a decent amount of, I don't know how much I have left of the moon on that. I'm thinking there's at least 300, if not 600 stitches left on the moon. Lace corset as a backup if I decide not to do Midnight Sale for all 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
It very well may. It kind of depends on how far I am in the moon. If I have a good chunk of the moon left, I'm going to try to sail through as much of that as I possibly can.
Did you even catch it?
No, I did not.
You didn't do that on purpose!
No, I did not.
That is awesome!
The queen of the dad jokes and I screwed up my own dad joke.
No, you... hey, honey, no. You auto-did the dad joke.
I auto-did the dad joke.
It's a good thing.
And in case you were wondering, because somebody has probably already asked at this point in the video, my shirt says, I'm the crazy aunt. My nieces have shirts that say, back off, I have a crazy aunt and I'm not afraid to use her. I'm the crazy aunt. I made them myself. Also, I'm going to link below Shelly from Just Stitching. She has a Flosstube. She does a lot of promoting her store, Just Stitching in Strongsville, Ohio, via her Flosstube. But she also does her own stitching, and and every year for the Needle Arts show, she goes in and she takes extensive pictures and does a fabulous job making a Flosstube with names and whatnots. from the show. I'm just going to link her video because she does a much better job than I do, and I'm going to give her credit where credit is due. So if you want to see pictures of work from the show, from the Needle Art show, go down to the description box and find the link that says Just Stitching Needle Art Show and watch that video.
And then please, in the comments of our video, say Joe and Laura said hi.
Yes.
Let her know we sent you, because she's actually a really nice person. She was probably the first place where I walked in. It's like, hey, Joe. I'm like, it was the first crafting place. It just was like, didn't care if I was a guy, because when I first started cross stitching, it was a little weird to be a guy. It felt weird because, well, it almost felt like I was walking into a purse store.
Well, and just look at you now. So that is.
Now they have Star Wars stuff.
I know. Well, that is our stitching for the week. What would we like these wonderful folks watching our video do?
Please comment. Comment multiple times. Comment all the ding dong day. Like, please. Like, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe. Bell notification thing. Which, honestly, for us isn't really that important because we usually release on the exact same day every single time. And people let her know if she's not. All the YouTube stuff.
All the YouTube things. All the YouTube...
Algorithm like us.
You know, make the algorithm happy. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed yourself. We hope you were entertained. We hope to see you back next week. Until then. Bye!
Bye!